In this video, we are going to discuss about how the OSPF will be influencing the designated router or border designated router election here. So, how the OSPF will be influencing the DR and BDR routers also here. If you see in the previous section, we have learnt about the OSPF, and the OSPF routes do not form adjacencies with the neighbors. So, adjacencies have to be formed so that in a multi-class network, since the adjacencies are not formed with the OSPF routes with the neighbors, what the concept is? The concept is DR and BDR are elected. So, how a DR and BDR are elected here? You see, a DR and a BDR are elected on other routers form adjacencies with them. So, not with the neighbors the adjacencies are formed, but the other routers where the BR and DDR are elected, from that routers the adjacencies are formed, and this selection takes into consideration the OSPF priority and in case of a tie the router ID. So, we take the OSPF priority here, and if there are many ties between the other routers, the router ID comes into picture and the DR and BDR are elected here. You can configure in such a way. You can see the syntax here. We have taken router C in the global configuration mode, and we have given the interface details, interface FA0/1. Now, we enter into the interface mode. So, in the interface mode, you see IP OSPF priority 10. So, based on the priority number, the DR and BDR are elected, and if the priority 10 router, there are many routers with the priority 10, we take the router ID as the concept here, and we chose the DR and BDR routers. You see the show IPOSPF interface network command. You see here, this command IPOSPF interface command will give you the details of entire DR and BDR and also about all the details of the OSPF configuration. So, you see, you get the interface number which is up, and line protocol is up, belongs to area, internet address is 5.3/24, and all the designated router information with the router ID is given here, and also backup designated router also information is given here. So, this is the syntax we use to get the output of the DR and BDR, and also you can see the flood scan length is 1 and maximum is 1. So, these all informations are available, and hello for 0 neighbors. So, there are no neighbors for router C here. So, you can see while the entire output will be discussed in coming chapters, but now here notice about the state which shows as dother. What is dother means? Dother means that the router is not a DR or a BDR. So, why did the new priority not cause router C to become DR or BDR? So, the priority number, why it is not used to define that router C to become DR or BDR. So, we see the explanation very clearly here. This is because BR and BDR election does not take place till the existing BR leaves the network. So, if there is already a DR and BDR available, this router C will not become DR and BDR till they leave the network here. One way to force a re-election is to start the OSPF process again on the current DR and BDR routers. So, you see how we configure it. So, we clear IP OSPF processes, and it will ask for a prompt, then we say S for router E and router D. So, we have DR and BDR on router E and router D. So, we restart it, so that after restarting it takes some time. By this time router C can be a DR or a BDR here. So, this is about the influencing of election of DR and BDR in OSPF processes.